Hey everybody. So today is Thursday. I seem to be making this unfortunate habit of missing a day. So I had said, I was going to do Sundays, and then I was going to do Wednesdays. And this week it was Monday, and now it's Thursday. So we're going to start all over on Sunday. But today's Thursday, and I live in Omaha, Nebraska, so it's not all that exciting at times. Um, but the big news item of the day was the fact that everybody was preparing for what was going to be, the snowpocalypse, and uh, schools were already calling classes off yesterday, and the place where I work, my boss was all like, "Oh, we're probably gonna end up working from home tomorrow," and that's awesome, by the way. Um, and everybody was just getting all freaked out about it, and I was just kind of like, "Whoa, we need to chill out. We might not even get this crazy storm." Um, so, I had my second MBA class for the semester yesterday. I was mildly terrified when I entered the class, only because there were three or four other classes I was supposed to have evidently taken beforehand to be prepped for this course. But I guess the good news is I I think I'll do okay. I talked with the instructor afterwards, and he's like, "Yeah, it's not ideal, but you're a smart guy. You've already gone through and taken a decent portion of the finance courses that make up a part of financial planning. Um, but there might just be some things that you don't know. But I'll work with you." So I'm like, "Yes, that's awesome." Um, okay, so I was talking about the snowpocalypse. Ridiculous. I mean, it did end up snowing, and okay, I have a couple things to talk about then. So, unfortunately, living in Omaha, um, one thing that I just hate, absolutely hate, is what ends up happening when it does snow. Normal drivers who aren't really that great in Omaha to begin with, they just get even worse. It's like their IQ drops by 100. And, normally they're just kind of crazy. So, but when it snows, the game over. Like, a normal person, they just lose it. And, I grew up in Northeast Iowa. I drove in the snow. Never had an accident or anything like that was related to snow. So, no, I didn't get in an accident. But I just don't understand why people drive so shitty when it snows. Like, really? Get in your car, drive to where you're going. Know that it's going to take a little bit longer, and just chill the F out. Um, so yeah, that was my gripe about snowing and people not being able to drive. But the best part about today was I decided, okay, I'm not going to work from home in the morning. I'm actually going to the office, and I got up, I got ready, and then jumped in my car, and it was awesome. Like, everybody else that normally would have been on the road at that time, they weren't on the road. So I was able to get to the office with time to spare, and logged in, worked for about 4 hours at the office, and then I'm like, well, I think I'm probably just gonna work from home because um, A, most of my team is at home, and B, I don't want to be on the road when all those crazies that you know decided that they weren't gonna stay in tried to drive back, because that's just gonna be a disaster. So drove home and started a fire, and I really like this fireplace. And I feel like I'm kind of addicted to lighting fires in it. I hadn't started before my parents came to town a few weeks ago, and they're like, "Mitch, have you, started a fire in your fireplace?" And I'm like, "No, I have a closet full of wood, but I haven't started a fire." Uh, but it's kind of like Billy Joel's song, "We didn't start the fire." Well, I did start the fire, and now I'm fucking addicted to it. Um, and that maybe makes me sound crazy. No. Um, so, yeah. Uh, had class. Um, I have a date on Saturday. It was supposed to be tonight, but the snowpocalypse canceled it. Um, Luckily, he was understanding, and he's like, actually, yeah, I've heard that the roads are kind of shitty, and I was just thinking, yeah, that's because people are driving out there. So I guess if I would have been driving, I could have been subjecting myself to the crazies who are out on the road. So that's probably a good thing that I didn't. But it's Thursday, and it's almost the end of February. Like, holy crap. This year is just flying. Like, literally, next Friday is March 1st. And that's crazy. I need to file my taxes. Mind you, everybody, like 5 weeks from today is when your taxes need to be filed. Like, that's kind of your deadline. And with the government running out of money and deficits and all that stuff, you might want to file it. Otherwise, you might not get any back. Like, that's probably going to be the next thing that the government does. Is they're just going to be like, nope, sorry, that tax stuff that we owe you, yeah, we're just going to keep it because we can't manage our money. Cheers to the government and their awesome job. Oh, God. So, that's that. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to watch a movie tonight because it's snowing outside and I just really don't want to go outside. I want it to be spring. I want it to be warm. I don't like this cold weather crap. Ugh. Uh, it kind of reminds me of, you've seen that viral video, the ain't nobody got time for that. Well, cold weather, snow apocalypses, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. And no, I don't want a cold pop, but ain't nobody got time for that. Um, yeah. So I think that's about it. I mean, I survived the snowpocalypse. We'll see how things are tomorrow morning. Hopefully everything's kind of shaken down. And it's Friday. I mean, that has to be something. Yeah, it's the end of the work week, which is great. It's a weekend. It's reprieve. Um, so yeah, life's good. Can't really complain. Oh, I have a question. So, um, I guess like it's interesting. A person who I had saw for about a month, he just kind of went off the grid, and he's like, I just want to be friends, etc., etc. And I come to find out that his mom died this week. Like, I feel so bad. I think it's just because I'm a caring person, but that sucks. Like, I love my family, and I would never want that to happen. But I'm dating somebody else now. I mean, I think that that's okay. Yeah. Um, but God, like, that sucks. I just can't imagine that. I can't imagine having a parent die. Because I love mine way too much for that to happen. Wow. So I just, I don't know, I wanted to kind of throw that out there, that um, I guess we never really know when our number's going to be called. Um, so should carpe diem, seize the day, live life to the fullest, and I think one of the biggest things is if you don't like something that's going on, fix it, or start thinking of some solutions, because otherwise we're just kind of sitting there complaining and doing nothing. So that being said, tomorrow is Friday, so finish off that work week strong, you work week warriors, and then tune in Sunday, and I will talk about the weekend, the upcoming week, how my date went, and all that jazz. So, I'm gonna watch a movie. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you Sunday. Okay? Bye.